Many years ago, in the beautiful city of Lagos, there lived a rich man whose name was Chief Innocent Okonkwo, but was fondly called Chief by everyone. Chief was not just rich, he was loaded. Like he had so much money. He had houses, shops, trailers, and even a pure water factory. But despite all his wealth, there was one big problem. He was very stingy. In fact, if his stinginess was a sickness, it would be HIV/AIDS because chief stinginess had no cure known to man. He lived in a very big house with his wife and his three children, Ife, Junior, and Daisy. From outside, the house looked fine and beautiful, but inside, it was a different story entirely. His family was always hungry and starving. Chief literally measured everything in the house. When Mama Ife wanted to cook rice, he would bring out one small cup and say, "Manage this one, oh, you are eating too much in this house." Chief would say. And each time his wife, Mama Ife, complained about it, he would just simply tell her that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. This man literally counted everything in the house. Salt, pepper, garri, even palm oil. Everything was measured. And his children, they dared not ask for extra food because of course there was no extra food in the first place. His children always looked tired and hungry, and he never saw anything wrong with it. Their uniforms were literally faded and their sandals were torn to the extent that the other children in the area used to laugh at them. But yet, Chief was not bothered. But the worst part of it all was that even when they were sick, Chief did not believe in taking his children to the hospital because he complained that the hospitals were too expensive and were ripping people off. So if any of his children fell sick, he would go outside himself to one of these Yoruba women selling agbo and tell them how his children were feeling. And they would pour out one or two concussion for him. And he would go back and give it to his children, and that was it. So whether it was malaria, it was cough, it was typhoid, or headache, Chief would always buy agbo for his children and mix it with small gin and then tell them to drink it. Mama Ife was so tired. She had quarreled, fought, and even begged her husband to change. Yet, nothing happened. But the funny thing now is that although Chief was stingy to his family, outside the house, he liked to show off. He would always dress nicely, spray expensive perfumes, and would go to church on Sunday, hold the mic, and donate huge sums of money to God. And everyone would clap for him and cheer him. But when the neighbors came to visit him and see how his family was living, they would just shake their heads in pity. Everything in that house was literally the same story. You will never find anything like rice or chicken. If they were not drinking garri, then they were swallowing eba and soup. There was nothing like snacks, fruits, apple, watermelon, or the rest. It was always garri non-stop in different forms. Mama Ife was getting very frustrated. She was sick and tired of it all. For crying out loud, how could she be living beside the ocean and be thirsty? Like how could her husband be so wealthy, yet her children will be looking so hungry and tattered? So Mama Ife got tired and began to pray to God to do something about her situation, to change her husband and deliver him from the spirit of stinginess. So things continued like this for a while. Then one day, something happened to Chief that changed everything forever. It was a Thursday morning and Chief Okonkwo was in a bad mood. His driver did not show up for work as he gave one flimsy excuse. So he had to drive himself to go and collect rent from one of his tenants that were owing him. And on his way over there, just at the main junction, he met a police checkpoint and one officer flagged him down. "Good morning, sir. May I see your driver's license?" the officer asked. But Chief was so upset. "Do you know who I am? How can you be asking me that kind of stupid question?" Chief responded angrily. The officer just smiled calmly and said, "Sir, I know who you are, but it's just a routine check. Please let me see your driver's license," the officer replied. And then Chief opened his glove compartment and brought out an expired driver's license. "Ah, sir, this one is expired now. You need to renew your driver's license. This is clearly expired. You shouldn't be driving." The police officer responded. Chief screamed, "Are you mad? Do you know how much I make in a day? What is license compared to my money?" Chief asked. But by this time, the officer was getting upset. He did not like the tone Chief was talking to him with. He tried to talk to Chief and explain to Chief that he was only doing his duty, so there was no need for insults. But before he could finish explaining all these things to Chief, Chief gave him a dirty slap. Chief literally slapped a police officer right in front of everybody, while still screaming, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?" But what Chief did not know was that the officer he slapped was Inspector Peter, a nephew to the divisional police officer. And just like that, Chief entered one chance, because barely 2 hours later, and some police vans landed at Chief's compound and they arrested him. Neighbors gathered to stare, and Mama Ife was screaming and crying, "Please do not arrest my husband. Please do not take the love of my life. Please leave him alone," she said, pretending to be crying. But as soon as the police officers whisked her husband away, she just stood there with a big smile on her face and then thanked the Lord and said, "Finally, at least I will have a little break in this house. Thank you. Please, people should keep him as long as you wish," she said out loud. Then later that evening, her friend Mama Bosse, who had heard what happened, came to visit her to show support. But to her surprise, the person that she came to sympathize with and show support was busy balancing in their parlor, eating chicken and a big plate of jollof rice with her children. Mama Ife, what is going on here? I thought I heard that they arrested your husband. And instead of you to be running around looking for a way to bail him, you and your children are here enjoying your lives," Mama Bosse said, looking very shocked. But Mama Ife simply responded nonchalantly and said, "I beg you, the police should keep him as long as possible. He should stay small in their care. Please, my dear, when last did myself or my children eat chicken? Biko, let us enjoy now that he's locked up. He should stay there. Let us be happy and enjoy our lives," Mama Ife responded. So my besties, so that was how it was the very first night in a long time that this whole house ate chicken and drank coke or even slept with the generator on. That night, nobody measured anything. They ate to their full. Meanwhile, Chief, on the other hand, was busy cooling off in the cell. He kept on pacing up and down, thinking about how his family might be wasting his money, his foodstuffs, and eating anyhow at home because he was not around. So that was how Chief ended up sleeping in the cell that night, while his family had a swell time back at home. So the next morning in Chief's house, things smelled differently. It was not smelling of burnt beans or soup that had stayed for more than 1 week. Instead, the whole house was smelling of fried plantain and eggs, bacon, and the rest of it. The children woke up confused. Junior rubbed his eyes and then whispered to his sister Daisy and said, "Is this our house? As in all this aroma is coming from our house?" Junior said, looking confused. "I don't know. I don't know," Daisy replied, equally looking as confused as her brother. Mama Ife was busy in the kitchen frying eggs, cooking a sumptuous meal like she was cooking for governors. The fridge was wide open. There were juice of all kinds in the fridge, butter, Titus sardine, things that have never been in that house for many years were in the fridge. Come and eat, my children. Mama Ife called out happily to them. They quickly rushed to the dining table. They stared at their food as though it was a miracle, as though it was God that sent manna from heaven. Then Mama Ife told her daughter to go get cold water. Mommy, cold water care. But we don't drink cold water in this house now. Our fridge is always off, so how can we have cold water? She replied. But her mother simply stared at her and said, my dear, the fridge is no longer a museum. The fridge is no longer a cupboard. I put it on, so there is cold water. Please go and get water. Mama Ife responded. And so they ate and they were happy. They were merry. Mama Ife was happy to see her children happy. Eat well, my dears. Add flesh. Your father is not here to count me today. Enjoy your life before he comes back. Mama Ife said to them. And that was not all, because after breakfast, they all wore clean clothes and followed Mama Ife to the market. She bought all sorts of things for them. For once, her children did not have to walk past beautiful things, pretending that they did not like it, because their father would not give them money. And by afternoon, their whole house had changed. Everywhere was looking different. Alive, beautiful, bubbling. Even the gateman, Musa, was given a whole plate of rice with chicken to eat. Their neighbors could not believe it. One of them even said, this woman did not waste any time. Oh. It's like she's happy that her husband is locked up. Because since they arrested that her husband, Chief, these people have been enjoying their life, playing loud music. I'm always perceiving different dishes and aroma coming from their house. Wonder shall never end. Then another chipped in and said, so this man had this kind of money and allowed his family to suffer. Now wow, now wow. This one is just a clear case of some have food but cannot eat. Some can eat but have no food. This one has food, has money, yet will not spend on his family. God forbid. The other neighbor said, even Chief's only sister came to greet Mama Ife and said, my sister, if you need help with spending my brother's money, please remember me. I'm available. Oh. It's not only people that suffered in the hands of Chief. Oh. We, his siblings, we have suffered in the hands of my brother. We don't used to see his 5 naira. He does not give us anything. So please, remember me when you're enjoying this money. Oh. We all suffer together. Oh, she said. So later that night, one of the kids stared at Mama Ife and said, Mommy, when are you going to bail Daddy? He has slept in the cell for 1 day already. Won't you go and bail him? I'm sure the cell is not a conducive place to stay. But Mama Ife simply responded and said, bail, okay? No. Leave your father there. Oh. Give him like 1 more week so that we can enjoy our lives. All this enjoyment that you're enjoying. Eating chicken anyhow, buying new clothes and, having new stuff. Don't you like it? You want your father to come and scatter everything for us? No, it's God that did this one for us. Let us enjoy it. Mama Ife responded. So for the first time in a long time, Mama Ife slept with both eyes closed and a full belly. She was not hungry. She didn't go to bed hungry. Meanwhile, Chief was not finding it easy in the prison. No. By the 4th day in Kirikiri, Chief had calmed down. He had stopped shouting, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Now it was, Oga Warden, please, can I get pure water? As in, prison life humbled him very fast. He was no more looking for remote to hide, no more looking for fridge to lock. He was now bathing with cold water, using brown soap and sharing toilets with several other men. And by the 6th day, he managed to make a call to his wife. Hello, Mama Ife, my beautiful wife, the love of my life. Why am I still here? Why have you not come to bail me? He said in his begging voice. Yes, my love. Chief, good afternoon, no. Mama Ife replied nonchalantly. My love, my sugar, how are the children? You have still not answered me my question. Why am I still here? I was expecting that by now you would have come and bail me. Well, where are you? What is happening? Chief asked. But Mama Ife simply responded and said, we are all fine, no, the children are fine, everyone is fine. Then Chief responded and said, okay, thank God. But when are you coming? When are you coming to bail me? Please, when are you coming? Chief asked again desperately. But Mama Ife simply responded and said, hello, I cannot hear you. The network is bad. Hello, what did you say? I cannot hear you. The network is bad. And that was how Mama Ife cut the call. She pretended as though there were network interruptions. Meanwhile, it was a lie. She had no plans of going to bail Chief. She wanted Chief to learn his lesson. So she pretended that the network was bad and could not hear Chief. But the following day, Chief called again. Mama Ife, what is it now? Why won't you come and bail me? Please come and bail me. Chief said, almost crying. Then Mama Ife told him the truth and replied him saying, Chief, let me be honest with you. Me and the children, since you went to this prison, this cell, we have been enjoying our lives. We have been living well, living happily, and your coming back will interrupt all these things. So I'm not sure I want to bail you right now. I'm tired of someone telling me to measure rice or measure Gary. So I don't know. Mama Ife responded. The chief replied and said, my dear, I promise you, Achalugo, I swear, if I come back, I will change. I will give you meat regularly. In short, I will never enter your kitchen again. Anything you want to do, do with the kitchen. Anything you want to buy, buy with my money. I don't care. Please just come and bail me because you know how. Chief said. Then Mama Ife smiled softly and then said, okay, fine, I will come. But give it 1 more week. Let us enjoy ourselves. Let us rest more from all your plenty wahala. Then she hung up. Chief stared at the phone in shock. 1 week. This woman wants to keep me here for 1 full week. Hey! This woman is Bolam. Ay. Oh, Bolam, oh, 1 full week. Hey! Chief lamented aloud to himself. Throughout that day, he was lost in deep thoughts. This woman will finish my money in 1 week. 1 full week. Will I be able to recover from the money she will spend in 1 week? Hi. Chief, oh. See what you have been reduced to. He said aloud to himself. Meanwhile, back at home, Mama Ife was in the living room watching Telemundo and sipping chilled zobo. She had even changed their chair arrangements. She had ordered new plastic chairs for the compound. Guests were coming in and out to visit, eat, drink. Life was sweet. Even her children were doing better in school now. They now took lunch to school, they wore clean clothes, and their school fees were paid on time. The youngest, Adaeze, even told her friend, I like it better when daddy is in prison. Mommy is always happy. We always eat well. Daddy should not come back home, Adaeze said. Mama Ife heard it and pretended to be upset. Oh, come on, shut up. Don't say that again about your father, she warned. Then she turned to her friend and said, but it is true. Me, I like it better when my husband is not around. If he can be gone forever, safe, to be better for us, she said in whispers. Meanwhile, Chief kept on calling every second he was calling. And each time he called, he would cry, please now, come and bail me. I can't stay here for 1 week, Chief would say. But Mama Ife was not ready. She was not in a hurry to go back to their life of misery. She and her children continued to enjoy their life to the fullest. They were happy, looking healthier and more robust than when their father was with them. But 1 week later, and Mama Ife had a change of mind and went to bail her husband from the police station. When Chief came back home, he was very shocked at how things had changed very quickly in his home. He was shocked to see the big chicken that his children were eating. He was boiling inside, but tried to control himself. So he decided that he was going to return things to how they used to be. So one morning, he entered the kitchen and saw Mama Ife cooking white rice. Then he asked her and said, "How many cups of rice is that? Is that not too much? Have you forgotten that you're supposed to measure the rice you put on fire?" He said to her, but Mama Ife did not even turn. Instead, she just pointed at the pot of stew and said, "My dear, have you seen the goat meat and chicken boiling inside the stew? It is for us, so we are going to eat it, and I bought it with your money, in case you are not aware." Mama Ife said. Chief blinked twice. "Eh? What did you just say? What did you just say?" Then she replied him and said, "My dear, things have changed in this house. And you see that era of suffering, it is gone. It is long gone. If you want to suffer, no wahala. But you see, I and my children, we will enjoy the good life. Oh. And if you ever try that your measuring madness again, I will personally take you back to the police station, kneel down and beg them to keep you there for 3 whole months. In fact, they will handcuff you so that people will see the real you. Are you not ashamed of yourself? When you were away, your family was looking healthier, happier. Nobody missed you. Nobody wanted you around. Is that not enough reason to think about your life? For crying out loud, what is the essence of having money? If your family cannot enjoy the money, is that not madness? Is that not stupidity? Anyway, I have said my own. If you like, try nonsense with me this time. I will personally lock you up in the police cell and I will pay them to keep you there for 3 months. Mama Ife said. Chief was shocked. He just slowly turned and walked out of the kitchen. And later that week, he saw Junior drinking Fanta and even opening the fridge with confidence. He screamed angrily at him and said, "Who gave you the permission to open my fridge? What is wrong with you? Why is this house so lawless?" But his son Junior just turned and smiled and said, "Mommy said we can have whatever we want in this house." Junior replied boldly. Chief was stunned. Even Adaeze, his daughter, walked past him with biscuit in her hand and then said, "Daddy, do you want biscuits? You see now we have plenty biscuits, plenty to go round." Adaeze said. At this point, Chief was defeated. He just went outside to the balcony. He sat there thinking, and then he realized that truly what his wife said was true. His children and wife looked better off and even had a better life when he was locked away in prison. And then he realized that if he continued to treat his family high-handedly, that they would not like him, they would hate him, and would even pray for him to be away forever, for him to be dead. And he knew that the way that he was going, if he died by mistake, his family would not even mourn him. Instead, they would celebrate his death and thank God for killing him. So he decided that it was time to change. He could not keep on living like this. So that night, he woke his wife, Mama Ife, gently and apologized to her for how he treated them badly and promised to change. Mama Ife was so happy, and of course, she forgave him instantly. So the next day, he surprised everyone. He went and bought a brand new car for his wife. He bought new clothes for his children, even dashed his gate man 20,000 naira. He still went to his children's school and dashed their teachers money. Everyone was so happy. Chief had changed for good. Now there was more than enough to eat and drink. And peace and joy and happiness returned to his home for good. Chief realized something. He learned a lesson that money is to be spent and that money is not sweet if it does not make your life and that of your family better. And from that day on, they lived happily ever after. Hi, bestie. It's your favorite storyteller, Omalicha. Thank you so much for watching my story to the end. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on this one. So if you were Mama Ife, like how long would you keep your husband locked in prison? Like, I think she kept her husband roughly for 3 weeks. Like, would you have kept him there for like 3 months, 4 months, 1 year, so that you and your children can enjoy your life? And I think I forgot to mention, this is actually a true life story. And also, what lessons did you learn from the story? For me, I learned that money is just a tool and it should not be glorified and made into a god. And the essence of money is to make your life, that of your family, and people around you make their life better. So if your money cannot do that, please keep your money to yourself. And one more thing, do you know anybody, like any uncle, auntie, and all that, that is stingy with money, even to their own selves? Please share your thoughts with me in the comment section. And please support your home girl, Omalicha, by subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, and sharing with your loved ones. So now, till I come your way again with more interesting stories, bye!